Well, welcome everybody. Dave Stevens here, kicking off the new year with our very first Geary, Stein and Stevens show. And Troy, unfortunately, couldn't be with us tonight, but he does have some questions for our guest tonight. And I'm really excited to have our guest tonight be a part of our show. You don't get one guy without legs, you get two tonight. And we've talked about this guy on our show before. He is, of course, Zion Clark. He is the fastest man on two hands. He is unbelievable as an athlete and a wrestler and all kinds of wonderful things that he does. But like I said, this man can beat pretty much anybody with two legs on a race. I mean, you check out what Zion did when he set the record, the Guinness Book of World Records just recently, and it's just amazing to see what Zion can do, that world record. And without further ado, joining me now from Los Angeles, California is my old buddy Zion. And Zion, it's great to have you be a part of Geary, Stein and Stevens show, my friend. I know you've been under the weather, but you're looking good. Your shades are great. How you feeling?
Good. These are actually blue light blockers. So when I use my phone, they look cool, but they actually.
You got that Hollywood thing going, right?
I'm doing good, man. I got stuck here over the holidays, so I spent Christmas because of the storm that blew through the Midwest and I hit New York City. I'm just kind of kicking it, honestly. And now that everything's calming down, getting ready to get back on the road.
Well, it's great to have you be on our show, and I'm really excited to talk about what you got going and the things you've been doing. And I guess I really want to kick things off as far as the history you made recently, and we got to be a part of it. Craig, your manager, shared it right away. My son texted me the night it happened because my kids follow you and everything, and that's of course your MMA debut just recently, and we talked about you went in there, you've been training for a long time, and you came up with a really hard fought match and a victory. So tell us a little bit about what that was like, your first MMA match in front of a crowd, not in the gym, and really just going out there and kicking butt and taking prisoners.
I was electric, being in there, it's like it's not a game at the moment. It's like it's obviously it's a sport, but especially if you're two guys in there, man, I love to fight. It's like to do, whether it was just defending myself, whether it was wrestling, whether it was it's just something that's me. So we got in there, we hashed it out a few times, and got in some good shots, and ended up winning each round. In my opinion, it was a little sketchy.
Yeah, but it's still a win. A win is a win.
I know. I came out overall. I hit some good stuff like I feel so. It was first and third round. I felt the way we train in our gym. It's like you want to be able to like keep it going, very like to like pass the fight till like fight is done. You like championship rounds, 5 rounds. You know what I'm saying. So being in there for just 50, it was. Fuck, I don't want to cuss, but it was awesome.
And as we continue to watch what you did there, I know what it was like when I wrestled. You and I had that advantage. We know what to do against those leggies. They don't know what to do against us. And it really felt like he was kind of feeling you out, and you took that to his advantage by him exposing those legs, and you get those important takedowns to get him down on our level.
Yeah, it definitely was a tricky game. And then at this point, it's not just wrestling. You trying to choke me out. You want to put me in an armbar. I'm watching for all those things of risk. And I'm not saying Eugene wasn't a high level. He was a good player. But at the same time, like with the guys that I train with, when you try to catch me in these things, that catch me in these guillotines, that catch me set up these strikes, that sitting me down, So there, I didn't feel like I was in danger at all. And if I don't, even if you are, like, I feel more comfortable in there anyways.
Well, you've done some amazing things in your short time here on this planet, and I'm wondering where does this rank as far as where what you've done in the real wrestling world in college and in high school, and just again being that first, almost being that legless Jackie Robinson of the MMA.
Yeah, no, it's I don't look at it that way. Yeah, I step in there like that, but like it's also a real profile. It was a sanctified, on my professional record. I'm 1-0, and it stays like that. And it'll forever stay like that till I win or lose again. You know what I mean? It's just doing what I've always wanted to do. And now that I made a statement by winning, up more, and I'm trying to get some big deals. Not in that way, but I want to step on it unless somebody really like try to come at me, because that's when I perform my best.
Well, my co-host Troy couldn't be with us tonight, but he was able to send in a couple of questions. So Troy has a couple of questions for you, Zion. Just pay attention here.
Hi, Zion. Troy Geary. Sorry I couldn't be there today. It was great meeting you last year at Lee Steinberg's Super Bowl party in Los Angeles. I still have a couple of questions for you. You know the struggles Dave went through not having legs in a different era, or as I call them, back in those olden days. How can you change the perception with your social media since you're seen worldwide? Thank you.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it played.
Oh, well, Troy's question was, given you watched an old man like me grow up when I didn't have a lot of opportunities, do you feel like it's important that, people see your social media and you are making an impact and leaving kind of a legacy?
It's definitely important. Obviously, I probably recognize. But at the same time, you know what I mean? I'm staying humble. I don't grand thing. I'm having fun with my life. I'm honestly blessed to have it, and I gotta give credit to my family for helping me realize who I could be. You know what I mean? Like I'm real. Like that's how I look at it. And dude, we're doing something, doing big things over here. You know what I mean? And you gotta leave a stamp everywhere you go. My mom tells me all the time, not your backside. So so it's a move how I operate. And if you look at my siblings, you look at my people, my family. I'm not even the only professional athlete in my family.
Well, so far, so good. Stay with us. When we come back, we're going to talk a little more about what Zion's got coming in the future and things that are going on, because this man is one of the hottest commodities out there. If you're not following him, you make sure you go to his social media sites. We'll show you a little bit of what he's doing. That's ZionClark.com. And again, you can follow him on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all those good things. We're going to continue up in just a second. Don't go away.
Hello there, everybody. This is Mel Allen. How about that? They're standing ovation.
It is goosebump time. It always is on opening day, with great ceremonies before the game.
I'm John Miller, along with Joe Angel. And in a moment, Joe will be back with a look at the starting lineups after these messages.
Back. Goodbye! Oh, off the facade of the second deck.
I like doing sports. If I wanted to go into news, I would have gone.
Is that a Vikings player?
When I spent the last 4 years on Network Sports Radio, obviously I know all these things so much news, being with you guys, or whatever, I've heard things over the years and the fans over the years saying, talk about, speaking about my impact. As a
took one look, I go, my friend, he goes, no, I don't do pop.
I can't hear you.
Oh, that's because I had my mic muted because of the commercial, and here I am babbling for 30 seconds of that's what happens when you're running a one-man show. Hey, here we go. All right, we're back. I'm back. You're back. All I was doing is giving you lots and lots of love and just talking about if an old man without legs can be inspired by a young guy without legs, what is the limit for you, Zion? The sky's the limit, but I mean, where do you cap your life in 5 or 10 years?
I would say, 10 years from now, I'm probably gonna retire from everything I'm doing, except for maybe track and field longer than hanging up. Maybe not till I'm 40 something, maybe. So it might not be. But aside from that, I'll be older. Martial arts, MMA, doing at the degree that I'm doing and the level, looking at what are the options and what I can do afterwards. That's why I'm doing all the cool things I'm doing right now. It's so that when I do sit back from all this stuff, I'm fighting and all this stuff has like a lot of money in it. But when I can no longer use what am I going to fall back on to still provide for myself and potentially the family that I have at the time? I look at bigger options. I look at the broader aspect, and I don't want to just run around and have fun and stuff without thinking that like I have to sit in a wheelchair. I still want to run on the beach when I'm 50. Maybe not as fast as I am now, but you want to be able to do the things I do, but know that I've made my stamp, and I just want to be able to relax. And I love doing it, but I've been in this game for a while. I'm planning on being in it for a lot longer. But when I sit back from being, I want to be able to travel still, and I want to be able to for people, But people are mainly inspired by the athletic things in this part. If you look at it, that's why all the other things that I've been setting up have been play like a big plan to bring people together to raise awareness on certain topics like the foster equipment for adaptable athletes, and it's really what I want at that. Do everything I'm doing now without destroying my body, pretty much.
Well, you can do some things without destroying your body, like your social media, where except you're running around on a skateboard and you're doing another Guinness World Record for diamond push-ups and things like that. But what has that been like to have such a global following, millions of downloads and views, and people waiting for every tweet and TikTok and moment? I mean, do you feel the pressure to come up with good content all the time now?
I just don't care about it. What I'm actually doing. I know that sounds crazy, me saying that. I don't care that much about social media. Yeah, it's a tool and you can use it for an impact. People that have gone down in history didn't have social media. Why should I depend on it? The things that I do with Craig and the people that we're connected to, that's where the real magic's at, not social media. It's like social media. This is cool, but it's not.
Of course, and that's such a great attitude. Shocking to see in this TikTok world that we live in. But the sad part is these kids all have 7-second attention spans. But if they get people, I've been around you, you've been around me, and people get around us and they're fascinated, and we can kind of tell them that, hey, we are normal. This is our normal. We may not have legs, but I got to play sports and I get to continue to be in media, and you get to travel around the world. It's It's not about, sitting there and putting out a video. You're just going on and living your life. I think that's what makes it raw, makes you vulnerable, because you're not staging things. Every now and then if you're slam dunking or something, but for the most part, it's just, this is Zion's life and this is what Zion's doing.
Yeah, that's how I want it to be. I try to make my social media more relatable, but it's different, and get over it. You know what I mean? Like, this is who I am, and this is what I'm gonna do. Watch it or not, I'm gonna be here, and I'm still gonna be living my life.
Zion, what's the biggest question people want to ask you? Is it about overcoming Claudio regression syndrome? Is it, all the things, like, what is that, like, that one universal question everybody seems to want to ask you when they meet you up close?
I don't know. I get asked a lot of things, Like, I've met a lot of people, talk to a lot of people. I would say I get asked about my past a lot, and I kind of don't like. All right, but I like it. You know what I mean? Like, listen, what me being in the foster care system, having that pivotal moment, and I will credit that too, because that's it. I'm like a realist as I look at that stuff, but being, I'm so sorry. He didn't put his dog up. I didn't know there's a dog
Nah.
down here. That's my fault. So I was in the house. I was supposed to be here. But can you ask what you said?
Yeah, it's just, that we get those asked, and I'm not sometimes comfortable sharing my past. I was adopted, and everybody, yeah, so.
Bro, yeah. So being asked that question, asking that, but it's at the same time, that question, there's thousands of interviews until I got sick of it, where I've been asked that question. It's documentary, and then there's all this and all that. You know what I mean? To ask the Kool-Aid man if he's got Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, I do.
To me, that's how that seems, and I sound like a jackass, but it's a question that you can look up. It's a question you can answer, and, like, don't get me wrong, I will talk to people. If I feel that maybe them hearing the answer is what they need to hear, help them with something. But at the same time, like, every interview, I was like, you know what you're asking me. You know what the answer is.
Yeah. They want to make you cry. Come on, Zion, cry for us. Give us what,
Right, and I'm sitting there, grown man, bro. Like, not saying that I don't cry, and I spoke extensively on men's health, okay, from the cry. But when it comes to my story like that, I'm not gonna feel, you know what I mean? It happened. Yeah, I learned a lot from it. Now I'm, like, getting older. I'm actively pursuing. Sometimes the goals are small. Sometimes they're really big, and they take months. Either way, I'm pursuing some type of goal every day. I make up my mind and I go for it. I do it. I don't ride off the Netflix thing. I forget until somebody asks me. I don't even watch Netflix. Hardly. If you go to my Netflix, I've watched 2 shows of my continue. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't like love it. You know what I mean? It's and just to live, that makes me feel free. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm not thinking about it, I feel free, and being free is the best possible have when you're navigating around people in the way that I do, and you're in different countries, you're with world leaders. You know what I mean? Like I've been around a lot of people, and if I'm like held back by, like I'm going to open my eyes to these new possibilities. I've had my eyes this new technologies and new ways to scientific percent health in like a healthy way. You know what I mean? Like natural. So there's a lot of things that my eyes are open to, and if I look back and keep sitting on that, okay, kind of stop squeaking your toy, please.
Live TV.
But like I don't cover it. I live.
And speaking of crying, if I didn't get another question in from Troy Geary, so hopefully it'll play and you can hear it. If not, I'll decipher it for you. So, Troy, take it away.
How has the transition from wrestling to MMA gone? I see that you won your first professional fight, so congratulations.
All right. What was it like to transition from regular wrestling, which is tough, to MMA and that different type of style? I mean, what was the biggest challenge?
Punches. Punches were the biggest challenge. In wrestling, I had an edge on some of my teammates, and they pound. You know what I mean? And that was an issue for me. Fighting, and I could kind of don't do it. I grew up fighting, and had that toughness about me like they did. Everybody that on my team, their lives were different, and that's like, want to stay, but at the same time, like I had to really faster and quicker than it took me for wrestling to adapt to MMA and to adapt to jiu-jitsu. I came into that room strictly a wrestler. I didn't know nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But like I didn't know how to fucking submit somebody, put you in an elbow lock or put you out. You know what I mean? Like it took about 5 years for me to get to the point where I'm ready for a fight. And I'm glad that he said yeah this time, because all my fight decisions, you know what I mean? I can't do it. So really hard because I had to figure out how to better head movement, how to get, I had to learn how to read your punches without closing my eyes. I'm a pansy, but like you get punched in the nose hard enough, fucking, I don't mean to cuss, but like this is real stuff. You get punched in the nose one time, bro, you feel like your nose breaks, your nose cracks, and sometimes it does. It sucks. You know what I mean? And so in those situations, you either go home, literally, and don't come back, or you get back up as hard as you can. You know what I mean? So I had to get used to being hit. But like soon as I got used to it, I like to the point where I can see your punches coming. I've caught a fist thrown at my leg, and I'm not even exaggerating to you. Like I have put in so much work and built it up and destroyed it again and built it up because I'm just tired by these guys. My teammates are some of the most ruthless you'll see in Bellator, and for them to be throwing punches at your mouth, you gotta love it. I was getting experience like at a faster rate. Not every day all-time UFC champs. Not every day you get to train with former heavyweight champs. Not every day you get to train with current You know what I mean? Current one championship champs. You know, being trained by the elite, only one or two things are gonna happen. You're gonna fold and you're not gonna win, or you're gonna get in there, you're gonna kick and win.
Well, how did you switch that switch in your brain to go from a wrestler who's trained to use your moves, beat your opponent, and then you now go to the mindset of I need to choke you out, I need you to submit to me, I need to hurt you. How do you transition to that?
I'll be honest with you, like, yeah, bro, but at the same time, like being from Canton is not the greatest place. Yeah, we have a football Hall of Fame, tough, like real tough. So
Life prepared you for it, basically.
You throw a punch at me, bro, I'm gonna feel crazy how to do it correct. I want, like, anytime I had a punch thrown at me, I've never just like, no, I've always thrown a punch, even if I got beat up, and that's how I've been. And I would get beat up, but I'll keep throwing up. You know what I mean? So, you know, being able to energy now for me, it's controllable. So, like, I'm more dangerous. My punches are agile, they're quick. If you have some, you'll come up to me and you'll stop that. Hey, don't look at me like that. Stop that.
You have to put him in a submission hold pretty soon.
Yeah, but no, like being sorry, this dog, it's just, I love her, bro, and she is just a pit bull, so she's ripping her thing.
All right, well, stay with us. We're going to take a quick break. We'll wrap things up, let Zion get back to normal life, and so don't go away, because I'm going to tell you a little bit about Fresh Clean Threads. That's right. These are the shirts that I like to wear. I look good. I feel good. They have all kinds of styles in Henleys, pullovers, polos, all kinds of stuff, and it's a great shirt at great low prices. And if you don't believe me, well, go to FreshCleanThreads.com. Type in the show code GSS Show for 20% off, and you can look and feel and dance as good as I do, because you know what? Fresh Clean Threads makes me want to do it all the time. We'll be back right after this.
I'm here with Zion Clark, the fastest man in the world on two hands.
And I'm Dave Stevens, and you know what? I used to be the fastest man on two hands, and I think we're going to settle some things today, right, Zion?
Yeah, ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
All right, see what this old man can do against this young whippersnapper. You ready? Who's going to set us off here? All right, we're ready, guys.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go!
You think I'm stupid?
No, I was not stupid at the Super Bowl last year, but I did have fun, you know, meeting Zion, hanging out on Radio Road, driving down hills on a skateboard, and just getting to know this guy that is full of life. And Zion joining me back again as we wrap things up. And Zion, do you ever pinch yourself? Do you ever think, oh, man, where I came from and where you are now? You don't forget your roots. But, brother, you're all over the world making a difference.
Yeah, no, it's wild. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had no, you know what I mean. If I'm gonna be honest with you, because I didn't even this year. So, but like, it's crazy that you asked that question. And I'm thinking about it like, well, right now, you know. So I always appreciate my people. To point to see them and let them know that I appreciate them face to face. Out of all this crazy schedule, that's why I said I don't know Super Bowl, because I might just go home with my family and watch the Super Bowl. So,
Yeah. Not if Craig can get you out there making tens of thousands of dollars out there, because that's what you
I
get so
choose my
much
family.
charity,
I
right?
choose my take away 4 days for me to see my family. That's how I feel.
All right, Zion. As we wrap up, it's nice to be able to, because we lived our lives quite similarly, and we know what each have been through. I know what you're going to go through. But what do you say to the naysayers out there that say, "Oh, you guys just want people to look at you and feel sorry for you," and I mean, I hate people that don't think we're normal and don't think that we can contribute to society. So, what do you say to those people, those critics?
Opinion. Because I've been like making it a point lately, and I've been getting a lot of positive feedback. If you don't want to look, don't look. Like if you don't want to look, don't look. But I'm telling you, if you look with, you'll be inspired. And if you don't be inspired, just like anybody else would. I'm a normal person, and I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care if you hate me. I don't care if you love me. I want to live my life with wonderful people because I like meeting people. And so whether you like it or not, that means nothing to me. That's your opinion, my own opinion. You know what I mean? Like that's what makes this free.
Yeah. Amen. Truer words. And don't forget, you can go to see Zion on all his videos on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or visit his website to hire him to speak or bring him in for an event at zionclark.com. And like I said, he's got great stuff, inspirational things. He's constantly with people. And then people are sharing his story, the celebrities, the MMA guys, the Joe Rogans, all these guys. So it's been really neat to, see you on ESPN and perpetuate this amazing person that you are. I hope we get together someday soon. I hope it's not too far out in the future, because you are, of course, the world's fastest man on two hands, and hopefully you get to keep that title for a little bit. How long do you think you continue to run in your arms, my friend?
I mean, I'll have it until somebody breaks it. And like I said, I haven't. I'm getting stronger and faster right now. So that's what I want. So, and I'm actually probably about to try to re-break it because I feel stronger and I feel faster.
Well, you're looking good. Hopefully you recover a little bit from the junk that everybody's had going around. I know I had it myself.
Yeah,
But
I know everybody's sick. It's crazy.
what do you want to leave your fans with? One final quick thought.
Go get what's yours. Don't think that you're not supposed to have anything that you don't want. If it takes work, if it takes time, let time. Just be dedicated. Don't give yourself excuses. Live life to the full.
That sounds pretty good. All right. Well, for Zion Clark, myself, Troy Geary, Will Stein, who couldn't be here, I'm Dave Stevens. Continue to follow us on all social media platforms, because we are there on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, just like all the things Zion's doing. So thank you guys tonight. Take care of America. Have an enjoyable wherever what you're doing. And Zion, until we see each other again, you'll always be my half brother.
Absolutely. Take it easy.
All right. Dave Stevens saying goodbye, everybody. Thank you. Good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow.